And welcome fans back to the Averett Sports Network for this doubleheader. We get started with the men's team for Averett here, or say get started with the men's game before the women's game later on tonight here on the campus of Averett University and the Grant Center here again, like I said, at Averett. Averett this time tonight welcomes in the Tigers of Hampden-Sydney College, who are coming off of a two-game win streak here against Randolph College, rather convincingly, 97-61. Player to watch for Hampden-Sydney tonight on the right side. It's going to be on the right side of your screen here is William Britt, who scored 17 points in the win versus Randolph and shooting 7 for 9 from the field, while knocking down all three of his shots that he put up from the free throw line. Britt also grabbed 7 rebounds, collected 2 assists and 2 steals. Also, watch for the big man, Shane Ferdinand, who scored 13 points, shot 100% from the field. One of those shots being from the 3-point range. Fernald also went 2 for 2 from the free throw line, pulled down 6 rebounds and collected 4 assists. Had also a block and a steal on the defensive end of the floor. Let's look at the home side as the Cougars here welcome in the visiting Tigers. Averett comes back home after dropping 2 straight games on the road against Eastern Mennonite University and Guilford College. The Cougars dropped a heartbreaking loss against Guilford, 76-57. That was kind of a punch to the gut that Averett took that will also be used as motivation to get back in the win column tonight, as they are hungry to get back on track again and gained ground again in the conference standings with both Lynchburg and Hampden-Sydney. These very Tigers jumping the Cougars and Averett dropping down to the 7th spot above Guilford. Before the Cougars get dropped the tight game against before the Guilford game, the Cougars also dropped a game against EMU, 61-58. That was very, very tight. Only down by 3, not able to tie that one up late. In the loss against EMU, Mason Mitchell stepped up and gave the Cougars a boost, scoring 14 points, grabbing 6 rebounds, while having an assist. While redshirt sophomore Tomias Bracey continued what he does best by scoring 11 points, having a steal on the night on defense, while also getting the rest of the offense involved, being able to pick up 2 assists. Averett this season has also found a key piece off the bench here in Jalen Chambers, being able to provide the Cougars with a good scoring option that can also cause turnovers on the defensive end of the floor when the Cougars need a much-needed fast break during the game. Oh no. For Averett to pull down the win tonight, Averett's going to have to get back on defense and limit the offense for Hampden-Sydney because of their ability to spread teams out on defense and get rebounds easily under the basket, which allows them to get easy putbacks. Let's look at the starters tonight for both teams. Let's start with the visiting Tigers of Hampden-Sydney. It'll be number 2, Bazell, number 11, Stickney, number 13, Britt, number 33, Ferdinand, and number 45, Radcliffe. And then we'll jump to the home side. It'll be number 2, Tomias Bracey, number 3, Jackson Sellers, number 4, Mason Mitchell, number 11, Tyler Stevens, and number 24, Zach Scogan. So we should see an excellent game tonight. This is rather a big match for the ODAC. But let's go down to the floor to PA announcer Drew Wilson for the national anthem and the starting lineups. And here we go. We are about to get underway here in the Grant Center in this huge ODAC matchup between the Tigers of Hampden-Sydney and the home Averett University Cougars. We'll see at the tip-off. Here is Zach Scogan getting ready to go here. Here we go, as it'll be number 13, Britt, to tip it off here for Hampden-Sydney. Though the Cougars, the Cougars win the tip-off, it'll be Jackson Sellers to start out here for the Cougars, as he'll find Zach Scogan to find Mitchell out on the wing. Mitchell hands the ball back off to Bracey. Screen by Scogan. Bracey drives inside, kicks it out to Jackson. He'll drive in, take the mid-range shot from the free throw line, and the first points of the game belong to the Cougars. As the Tigers will look here to tie this game up, as it'll be Stickney to bring it down here for Hampden-Sydney. Stickney over to Britt, who finds Bizel. It'll be Ferdinand driving in here on Scogan, pushing around as Ferdinand can't quite find the pass, as it'll go out of bounds thanks to a little miscommunication thanks to the Tiger offense, as it'll be another Cougar offense possession here to start the game. Bracey finds the pass out to Mitchell as he'll take the three. No good off the front of the rim. Chasing down the rebound is Scogan. Oh, ball on the floor, as it'll be a jump ball here. Possession arrow in favor of the Cougars. Bracey inbounds it, finds Mitchell it's picked off by Stickney, though as Tyler Stevens is able to track it down. Finds Sellers here at the half-court line. Sellers, step back, mid-range, good! Sellers with two straight shots going down to start this game, as Averett takes an early 4-0 lead to start this game, as Bizel will handle it here for Hampden-Sydney. Kicks it into Ferdinand. Scogan right on him. Ferdinand turns around and drops the bucket, and he'll cut the lead for the Cougars in half. Bracey brings it out the offense. Bracey drives around the screen, set by Stevens. Back to Stevens from Scogan. Stevens with a three, able to drop it down as that one's good. Open three ball from Tyler Stevens is able to give the Cougars a 7-2 lead. Stickney drives in on Bracey as Ferdinand hands it off over to Radcliffe. Back to Bizel, finds Ferdinand. Back to Bizel. Bizel trying to find anything to drive in. Drives in on Bracey. Turns around, takes the shot. No good off the front of the rim. Rebound. Goes back out to the Tigers. Brand new shot clock here for Hampden-Sydney, as Stickney will find the handoff. Great pass goes into Britt, as though there will be an offensive foul called inside the paint, as it'll be number 11, that's Stickney, as it'll be a turnover here on Hampden-Sydney. So the Cougars will get the ball back with a 7-2 lead here with 17-19 left to go in the first half. Bracey will be one to bring it up here for the Cougars. Bracey turns around, finds Stevens. Stevens hands it off to Bracey. Bracey takes the open three. Nothing but net, as Jemias Bracey continues where he left off a couple of nights ago, or say a couple of weeks ago, in the game against Randolph-Macon, as the Tigers are able to find another bucket thanks to a bottom pass in the paint, as that'll be number 13, Britt. Mitchell brings it up here for the Cougars, hands it off to Bracey. Bracy finds Sellers. Sellers drives in. Not able to find a shot. Bracy with a deep three. Nothing but net. Second straight three for Bracy. 13-4 lead to start this game. Thanks to Tamias Bracy. And 2 straight. Nothing but net 3-pointers. Bazell double teamed. Finds Radcliffe. Over the corner is Stickney. Kicks in to Ferdinand. Defended by Scogan. Ferdinand backs down Scogan. As he turns around, tries to throw the shot. No good. Tipped by Scogan. Tipped by Radcliffe into the hands of Mitchell. The Cougars will get out on the fast break. Bracy will handle the fast break. Over to Scogan, who will back it out here on the offense as the Cougars will look to set up their set play. Bracy drives in. Not able to find anything. 3-ball from Stevens. No good off the back of the rim. As the ball will go out of bounds, and it'll be Hampden-Sydney basketball with the next possession. Though as a timeout will be called as Hampden-Sydney wants to talk it over. We'll take a quick break here on the Averett Sports Network, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to the Averett Sports Network. We're coming right out of a timeout. And again, I forgot to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Wyatt Acapole. I'm really glad to be here with you for this one. For tonight's doubleheader, as we start out with the men's game. If you're just joining us, we have the men's game, and then the women's game is later on tonight at 7:30. Stickney will find Lynch, as there will be minutes here off the Tiger bench. Lynch backs down on Stevens as he's able to put the bucket in here for the Tigers. As Mitchell will inbound it here over to Bracy. Bracy now unable to find anyone. Finds Sellers finally. Sellers drives in. Not able to find anything. Thought he had a foul there, but looks like it'll be tipped out here on Hampden-Sydney, so the Cougars will retain possession here. Bracy finds Sellers on the wing. Out on top of the key is Mitchell. Back to Bracy. Bracy will take another three. No good this time off the back of the rim, as it'll be a foul called on Stickney. Looks like he's arguing with the ref underneath. Not able why he was called for the foul, but it'll be another Cougar possession here. Looks like Stickney will check out here, so we'll see the first minutes from Asa Williams. Bracy finds Scogan. Scogan kicks back into Sellers. Sellers drives in. Finds Zach Scogan back out on the wing. Hands off to Bracy. Bracy drives in. Throws it off the backboard, and it rolls in off the lucky bounce. Bracy extends the lead for the Cougars. As Bazell will move it up here over to, that's number 15, that's Williams. Finds Bazell. He's double teamed by both Scogan and Bracey. Bazell takes a shot and it is no good. Tipped around for the rebound and it finds Mason Mitchell on the floor. Mitchell will be the one to bring it up here for the Cougars. Defended by Lynch. Screen by Stevens, I should say. Sellers finds Bracey out on the corner. Over to Scogan, over to Mitchell. Finds Stevens all alone. No good. As it finds the hands of Bazell. Bazell kicks it over to Lynch. Lynch on the fast break. As a foul will be called underneath, as it'll be a blocking foul called on Tyler Stevens. Sorry, it'll be Jackson Sellers. Scratch that. It'll be Jackson Sellers called for the foul. That's his first. As it'll be Zach Scogan here to check out here. We'll see the first minutes here from Terrell Fitzgerald. As also it'll be as the Tigers not able to find anything off the front of the rim, and here go the Cougars out on the fast break as Fitzgerald will lit up on the speed here as the Cougars will set up their offense. Sellers finds Stevens, kicks it over to Bracey. Bracey with this, Jackson Sellers with a three. No good off the front of the rim. Bracey with a tough rebound. Spins around. Jackson Sellers gets the ball back. Spins back in on the double team. As it's blocked by number 22. That's Alex Cannon. Looks like we'll see the first minutes from here from Tari White for Hampden-Sydney. As it looks like it'll be Josh Seiler, one of the key pieces off the bench here for Coach David Duino, who has been able to help the Cougars come out to this great start that they've had so far this season, as well as we'll see the veteran off the bench, Isaiah Robinzani, who is number 14. As Ramazani finds Mitchell, hands it off back to Ramazani, who finds Mitchell again. Mitchell will drive in on Ferdinand, who is blocked by Ferdinand as the Tigers will take over, and it'll be Lynch to run the floor. Lynch to run the floor. Back over to Williams. Number 23, that's Pierre Moya, who hit that three. As there'll be Ramazani to take over the offense here for the Cougars. Drives in, kicks out to Fitzgerald, who popped the three. No good off the front of the rim. As the ball will go out of bounds. As there will be a timeout called on the floor here. So we'll take a break here on the Averett Sports Network, and we'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to the Averett Sports Network here. Just the timeout. It'll be Hampden-Sydney possession. As Tari White will be the one to pull it down here for the Tigers. White pressed by Ramazani. right up against him as he'll find Lynch. Back to White. White will drive in on Ramazani as he'll lay it in as it's good as the Tigers have cut the lead down to 4, 15-11 here with just over 11 and a half minutes left to go. As Fitzgerald will find Ramazani on the handoff. Ramazani trying to find anything. Kicks over to Mason Mitchell. Mitchell screened by Fitzgerald. Takes the mid-range shot. Off the backboard and good. Mason Mitchell, excellent job off the screen by Fitzgerald. Able to find his open shot. As it'll be White to bring it down here for the Tigers. White drives in on Ramazani. Trying to put up another shot. No good this time as the Cougars will bring it down. As Ramazani will find Seiler on the wing, who finds Fitzgerald as Lynch is right there on him. Hands it off to Seiler. Seiler drives in, takes the mid-range shot from the free throw line, rolls in and good. Josh Seiler finds a high percentage shot from the free throw line as he's able to give the Cougars back an 8-point lead here in the Grant Center. As the Cougars playing really good defense here to start out. As Seiler's right there along with Fitzgerald. Ferdinand finds Lynch. Back to number 23, that's Moya. As it's pulled down by number 15, Asa Williams. As it's knocked down by Asa Williams on the 3. An open 3 from Asa Williams cuts the lead down for the Cougars by to 5. As Mitchell will take over here, kicks it over to Ramazani. Ramazani drives in on Williams. Finds Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald backs down Ferdinand. Kicks over Ramazani off the tip from Ferdinand. Finds Seiler in the corner. Way over the bucket. Rebounded by Stevens. Turns around, takes the second chance shot. No good off the back of the rim as the Tigers will take over. As Williams runs the floor, 3-on-2. As he's blocked from behind by Mitchell. As the ball will go out of bounds here off the Cougars. So the Tigers will retain possession here. And it looks like it'll be new substitutions here for the Tigers. So it looks like Ratcliffe will come back in along with Stickney and along with number 13, Britt. So Ferdinand finds Stickney, defended by Sellers. Ratcliffe defended by Seiler. Stickney finds Ferdinand inside. Defended by Scogan, turns around on Scogan. Off the backboard and good. As the big man able to back down and use his size advantage to be able to put in an easy basket. Sellers will take over here for the Cougars. Fitzgerald finds Scogan. Back to Sellers. Sellers trying to find someone. Sellers finally hands it off to Bracey, who finds Scogan, finds Seiler, takes the 3. No good off the front of the rim as Ferdinand brings it down for the Tigers. As he's double teamed, as Ferdinand was able to get out of the double team as White finds Britt. Backs down Bracey as he'll kick it back out to White. Back to Britt. Defended well by Bracey. Back to Stickney. As he's well defended by Sellers. As Stickney will try to find a shot, though he's called for the travel violation. As it'll be a Cougar turnover, as it'll be a Cougar possession. As Averett will take over. So Seiler will inbound it here to Bracey. Bracey drives over to the corner. Screen by Sellers, finds Scogan, back to Bracey. Kicks it into Sellers as Sellers not able to handle it there. As it'll be a turnover on the Cougars. As we'll go to another timeout here on the Averett Sports Network. We'll be right back in just a moment as we continue play here in the Grant Center. As we'll come out of the timeout here on the Averett Sports Network. Looks like it'll be Bracy, Seiler, Sellers, Jalen Chambers, number 5 on the floor, will find his first minutes for tonight. Looks like it'll be number 24 Scogan to stay on the floor here for the Cougars. As the Cougars with a little bit of full court press here. As Bracy will be on defense against Bazell. Who will find Stickney, who finds Britt, back to Bazell. Well defended by Chambers. Bazell screened by his teammate. Back to Stickney, back to Britt. Britt drives in on Sellers, not able to find anything. Finds Bazell out on the wing. Bazell drives in on Seiler, turns around, takes the mid-range jumper, no good. As it'll be tipped out, last touched by the Tigers. And the Cougars will take over here on offense with a 3-point lead here with 7.5 minutes left to go. As there'll be Chambers here to bring it up here for the Cougars. Chambers kicks it over to Bracy. Bracy screened by Sellers. Bracy trying to find a shot. Kicks it out to Chambers. Chambers drives in. Kicks it out to Bracy. Bracy takes the open 3. No good off the back of the rim as the Tigers will take over thanks to number 22. That's Alex Cannon to bring it down for the Tigers. As Stickney will drive in here on the double team. Kicks it into Cannon, who is Scogan right on him. Cannon drives in off the backboard. No good this for the first try. As it'll be last touch by Scogan on the second chance shot. Looks like we'll have a couple of substitutions here. One for the Cougars, one for the Tigers. Looks like it'll be Lynch to check in here for the Tigers. And it'll be Mason Mitchell here to check in here for the Cougars. As Bazell will find Ratcliffe in the corner, defended by Sellers. Stickney with Chambers right on him, double teamed on top of the key, finds Ratcliffe with the 3 as Ratcliffe with the 3. Ratcliffe with the open 3 out on the left corner wing. Chambers comes around Stickney, back to Scogan. Scogan will take this 3. No good off the back of the rim as it's rebounded by Bracy. Throws it, he thought he threw it off Ratcliffe. But it'll be the Tigers to bring it down here on the rebound. So the Tigers will take over here with Lynch inbounding the ball here to Stickney. Stickney with Bracy right on him. Stickney will find Ratcliffe out on the top of the key. As there will be a foul called underneath. Looks like it'll be called on Tyler Stevens. That'll be his first personal and the team's second. So Chambers will take a break as Ramazani will check back in here for the Cougars. Bazell underneath finds Ferdinand, who checks back in here for the Tigers. Kicks into Stickney on the give and go as he's fouled underneath. Let's see who this foul is called on. It'll be number 2, Tamias Bracy, who just got the hand in there as Stickney found the contact, so he'll go to the line for his first 2 shots of the day. Stickney's first shot is no good off the back of the rim. As his second shot goes up and that one goes down, so he'll go 1 for 2 from the trip. So Mason Mitchell will inbound it here to Ramazani with a little bit of pressure here from Ratcliffe and Stickney on the zone defense. Ramazani trying to find Bracy, finds Bracy. Well defended by Bazell. Bracy working around, finds Sellers out on the free throw line. Drives in on Lynch, kicks it out to Stevens, who passes up the 3 for the floater as the floater goes down. An excellent shot there by Stevens, able to pass up the 3-pointer in favor of a little bit of a 2-point floater from the free throw line. As the Cougars now have only have a 1 point lead, as the Tigers have done a great job of cutting it down. As Ratcliffe will drive in here on Mitchell. Double team down to Lynch. Lynch with the open three. No good off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Ratcliffe as he stepped on the line. So it'll be Cougar ball as Averett will take over here on the turnover. An open shot and a rebound by Ratcliffe gives the Cougars back the ball with 5:01 left to go in the first half. Bracey well defended by Bazell. Bracey finds Mitchell with Ratcliffe right on him. Mitchell finds Stevens with the open three. No good off the back of the rim as he'll fall to the floor. Lynch with a 3-on-2. Finds Bazell. Bazell drives in. Pass is intercepted by Mitchell as the Cougars will take back over. As he'll find Stevens in the corner. Kick back to Mitchell. As Bracey will drive down the lane. Finds Ramazani. Ramazani tipped by the Tiger as he'll find Sellers. Sellers finds Bracey as the ball is tipped out on Lynch. So the Cougars will retain possession here. (21-20) is the score here in the Grant Center. As we'll go to the timeout here on the Averett Sports Network. We'll be right back here with the last of the first half with about 4:08 left to play here on the Averett Sports Network. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the Averett Sports Network. If you're just joining us, hi, I'm Wyatt Ockpole. Glad to be here with you for this one between two very, very well evenly matched ODAC opponents, the Averett University Cougars and the Tigers of Hampden-Sydney College. As it's a tight game so far, 21-20 with just over 4 minutes left to go. As Sellers throws it up off the rim as the Cougars get back the rebound, so they'll retain possession here. As Sellers will take the three, as the three drops down and is good. As a foul will be called underneath. As two shots will also be coming here for Mason Mitchell, who looked like he was fouled underneath. So it'll be Bazell to check back out here for Stickney. Bracey finds Sellers. Sellers drives in on Lynch. Backed out to Mitchell. Mitchell will drive in. Finds Ramazani out on the wing, takes the three, no good. As the Tigers will get the rebound as White will fall on it. As the Tigers will take over after an excellent three-point shot by Jackson Sellers. Able to expand the Cougar lead here to 4, 24-20. As Bracey will check out here and get a breather. As Zach Scogan will check in here for the Cougars. As Lynch finds White out on the inbound. Defended by Sellers. White with Sellers right on him. Finds Stickney, who finds Ferdinand, the big man. White with Sellers right on him. Ferdinand on Skogan. Finds Stickney. Underneath is Lynch. As the ball will go out of bounds. Last touch by Averett. As the Tigers will keep possession here underneath the basket. White inbounded as well. Good defense here from the Cougars. Skogan finds Lynch. As he's well defended by Stevens as Ferdinand take the shot. No good. Too strong right over the rim. Touched a little bit of the backboard as the Cougars will take over on the fast break. As Jackson Sellers will let up as the Cougars will set up their offense. Sellers finds Stevens out on the wing. Stevens drives in on Ferdinand, turns around, takes the mid-range shot. No good, a little too strong. In and out of the basket as Stickney will take over for the Tigers. Stickney screened by Ferdinand, trying to find a pass. As the Tigers will throw up a shot here, no good as it's rebounded by Skogan. As Mitchell will hand it off here to Ramazani with the last 2.5 minutes of the half coming up here. Ramazani finds Stevens. Stevens kicks it out to Ramazani. Screen by Stevens. Ramazani kicks it back out to Stevens. Stevens with the three. Good! Stevens with an excellent little give and go. It gets him open for a wide open three-point shot as he'll knock that down as the Cougars will expand their lead to 7. As Ferdinand will find Stickney. Stickney will give it back to Ferdinand. Backs down Skogan. Ferdinand double teamed as the Cougars are looking for a call here as the refs will see a jump ball here. Let's see who will take over here on possession. Looks like possession will stay here with the Tigers. Stickney finds Ratcliffe. Deeply defended by Mitchell. Sellers will, Stickney well defended by Sellers. Stickney throws up the last second shot as the shot clock goes off. It'll be a shot clock violation thanks to the great defense by the Cougars. As the Cougars get a great stop here on defense, as they'll take over on possession here with a 7-point lead with 1:43 left to go in the first half. Sellers will inbound it here to Stevens. Full court press by the Tigers. Sellers able to break the full court press. Ramazani milking a little bit of the clock, trying to wind the clock down a little bit. Who finds Stevens. Back to Ramazani. Ramazani drives in, finds Skogan on the corner. Skogan with the three. Excellent shot here from Skogan. Gives the Cougars a 10-point lead. 30-20 with 1:14 left to go here in the first half. As the Tigers will take over here on possession. As Mitchell will defend Radcliffe. Ramazani right on Stickney. Stevens well defending Williams, who switches off here. Skogan well defends him. Back to Stickney, who is right about the half-court point. Defended by Mitchell this time. Stickney trying to find a shot as it'll go off the fingertips of Williams. A little miscommunication from the Tigers gives them a turnover as the Cougars will take over here on possession. A timeout will be called. We'll take it with them here on the Averett Sports Network, and we'll be right back. 46.7 seconds left to go here in the first half, with the Cougars up by 10 by a score of 30-20, as Jackson Sellers will give the inbound to Jalen Chambers here for the Cougars. Chambers will find Scogan out on the top of the key. Scogan defended by Williams, hands it off to Sellers. Sellers will drive in as he's blocked by Williams. Tigers will run as Bazell will hand it off to Stickney with the last 19 seconds left to go here in the first half, as they'll hold it here for the last shot of the half. Stickney will find Lynch. Lynch drives in, throws up the shot, and it's good, as they'll cut the lead here to 8, as Chambers with the last second heave, no good. So we'll go to halftime here with your score, 30-22 in favor of the Cougars here in Danville, here in the Grand Center. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network with the halftime show to start here at about the 5-minute point left in halftime, as we'll go to the break here, and we'll come back with stats here in just a little bit. welcome back, fans, to the Averett Sports Network and here in the Grand Center on the campus of beautiful Averett University here in Danville. Your halftime score here at about the 5-minute mark at halftime is 30-22 in favor of the Cougars here at home, with the visiting Hampden-Sydney Tigers. The Cougars, well, let's look at some stats here at halftime. The Cougars right now, well, both teams right now, starting with the Cougars, are shooting 12 for 32, so just below 38%, about 37.5%. Along with the Tigers here visiting, are shooting just above 40%, about 41% here from the field. Right now, Averett is shooting 6 for 19 from three-point range, so just above 31%. As Hampden-Sydney is shooting right at 50%, 1 for 2 from 3 for 6 from three-point range. As the Cougars yet have not taken any free throws, so we should see the first free throws of the day here come for Averett here later on in the second half. Though as Hampden-Sydney is sitting right at 50% from the free throw line, with the Tigers also winning the rebound score 18-13, with the Cougars just down by 5 there. But overall, let's look at the offensive rebounds, with the Cougars sitting up by 1. Though on the defensive side of the ball, Hampden-Sydney is up there 13-7. There have been a total of 2 lead changes. 2 lead changes. As the Cougars have maintained the lead about 91%, more like 92% of the time, as the Tigers have not really had the lead here yet tonight. So we'll see what happens here in the second half. That we have yet to go. As looking at bench points, the Cougars only have 2, as well as the Tigers outmatching them by 10, with the score being 12-2 there, as the Cougars only have 1 block on defense. So overall, with the Cougars up by 8, they need to continue this scoring to be able to take away the win here from Hampden-Sydney, who is sitting just above them in the conference standings here in the ODAC, as we get closer and closer to the ODAC conference tournament later on this season, or say at the end of this season. Well, as we switch sides here for the second half, it looks like it'll be on the left side of your screen in the gray with the red trim. It'll be Hampden-Sydney, and then on the right side of your screen, it'll be the Averett University Cougars here to swap sides. So we'll see what happens here in the second half with about a minute and a half left to go. We're going to take a break here, and then we'll be back with tip-off here of the second half as soon as the horn goes off here on the scoreboard. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network with the start of the second half here in just a moment. As a moment has passed here in the Grant Center, we're 18 seconds from the start of the second half, so it looks like it'll be number 13. Yeah, number 13, William Britt. Number 11, Stickney. Looks like it'll be number 45, Radcliffe. As well as Bizzell, and looks like it'll be Ferdinand here to start this second half here for Hampden-Sydney. So it'll be Bizzell, Radcliffe, Britt, Stickney, and Ferdinand. Here on the home side, it'll be Scogan, Mitchell, Stevens, Bracey, and Sellers here to start the second half, as possession here will be for the Cougars. As a little bit of a double team here at the half court line, as the Cougars will break the press here as they'll set up their offense. As Bizzell is right on Bracey. Bracey, screen by Scogan. Back to Scogan for the open three. He passes up the three, drives in, kicks out to Stevens. Stevens with the open three. No good off the back of the rim, as it'll be rebounded here by Stickney, and the Tigers will take over on offense. Stickney, who works around Sellers, finds Ferdinand inside, backs down Scogan. Throws up the shot off the backboard, and it's good. As Ferdinand yet is able to find his shot right over Scogan, as he's able to use his height advantage. As Bizzell right on Bracey. Bracey drives in, little backhanded open layup is good. Bracey able to create some space and able to put the ball up off the backboard for a high percentage shot. Bracey well defends Bizzell right on him, keeps him from driving into the paint. Scogan right on Ferdinand, who finds Radcliffe right about half court, finds Bizzell, finds Stickney again, defended by Sellers. Ferdinand back over to Radcliffe in the corner, blocked by Stevens. As the ball goes out, as Radcliffe falls to the floor. Sorry, that's Britt as he falls to the floor, as he'll roll out of bounds with the ball in his hands. As the Cougars will take over here, as Hampden-Sydney is not able to come up with points. Bracey defended by Bizzell. Finds Scogan out on the far wing. Finds Bracey. Bracey screened by Scogan, drives in, backs away from Bizzell, throws up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Mitchell, a fresh 20 seconds for the Cougars. Sellers finds Bracey for the open three, no good, nothing but air. As the Cougars not able to find points on the possession, as they'll turn it over here, so it'll be Tiger ball again here to start this possession. As Britt will inbound it here to Stickney. Britt finds Ferdinand right on Scogan, as he'll little backhanded layup that will go down. As the Tigers cut the lead down by 2. As Bracey will bring it up here into the front court with Bizzell right on him. As Bracey will kick it out to Mitchell, as he'll hit the three from deep. Excellent shot by Mason Mitchell to expand the lead here for the Cougars. As Britt will find Bizzell with Bracey right on him. Double team by Bracey and Scogan, as Scogan will get right back on Ferdinand. Ferdinand backs down Scogan. Mitchell on Radcliffe, as Radcliffe will knock down the mid-range shot. Score now being 35-28 in favor of Averett. Bracey screened by Stevens. Finds Stevens out on the three-point wing, as he'll knock down yet another three. His third three of the game, as the Cougars will go right back up by 10, 38-28. Bracey right on Bizzell. Bracey well defending Bizzell. Bizzell backing him down, trying to find the shot as he finds contact though, as Bracey not able to believe it though, as he goes and talks to the referee. So Bazell will go to the line here for 2 shots. So 2 shots here for Bazell. Bazell's first shot is good. So 9-point lead now here for Averett. As Fordinall will check out here along with Britt. So it'll be Cannon to check in here as well as Lynch. Second shot is no good, and it's rebounded by Mitchell, though it goes out of bounds as a foul will be called underneath by Tyler Stevens. So it will be a foul on the floor here as Bazell will be the one to inbound it. Bazell finds Ratcliffe out on the wing as Mitchell is right on him, drives in on Mitchell. Turns around, passes inside to Cannon. Cannon with a little touch off the glass, and it's good. As the Tigers cut the Cougar lead down to 7, 38-31, with just over 15 minutes left to go in the second half. Sellers will be the one to control here for the Cougars. He'll find Scogan. Trying to find Mitchell out on the wing. Mitchell drives in, kicks it back out to Scogan. Scogan passes up the 3. Finds Sellers inside, kicks out to Mitchell. Mitchell takes the 3, and it's good, nothing but net. Mitchell with an excellent 3-point shot expands the Cougar lead yet again to 10 points, 41-31. As Bazell takes over the Tiger offense, as he'll drive in on Bracey, as he'll draw the foul. Bracey will pick up his second personal. As the Cougars will take a timeout here, as we'll take it with them here on the Averett Sports Network. We'll be back in just a moment here with the last 15 minutes of the second half of this one. And welcome back, fans, to the Averett Sports Network out of the timeout here with 15:06 left to go here in the second half. As Terrell Fitzgerald will check in. Sorry, not Tyler, Terrell Fitzgerald will check in here for the Cougars. Along with Isaiah Ramazani will get their first minutes of the second half as Bazell will be at the line here for 2 shots as he was fouled before the timeout was called, as he'll knock down his first shot from the line on the trip. As that'll cut down the Averett lead here to 9. Bazell's second shot is good, so he'll go 2 for 2 from the trip. With a little full court press from Bazell and Lynch, Ramazani will have to bring it up here for the Cougars. As he'll cross up Bazell, as Bazell falls to the floor, finds Sellers at the rim as he'll throw down the flush. A little full court press that ends up with an absolute slam by Jackson Sellers, as he brings down the house here at the Grant Center, as Lynch no good on the layup. Second try is Cannon. Cannon puts it back in as the score is now 43-35 in favor of Averett, as Ramazani will let up and set up the offense here for the Cougars. Ramazani kicks it over to Mitchell. Screen by Fitzgerald. Finds the three shot as it bottoms from Mitchell. Mitchell with a little screen wide open three. Able to expand the lead to 11 as Stickney will throw up the mid-range shot. No good. Rebounded by Ratcliffe. Fresh 20 here for Hampden-Sydney. Mazzell drives in on Ramazani. Throw up the shot as he's fouled by Ramazani, as he holds his hands up, as he thought he was all the way up, as there was no contact there, but obviously the ref saw different. So Bazell will go back to the free throw line here with a chance to cut the Cougar lead down here, as it will be cut down to 10 thanks to the first shot going down. So looks like there will be at least one substitution here for Hampden-Sydney. It'll be number 23, Peter Moya, as Bazell knocks down the second shot, as Moya will check in here for Bazell. Sellers will inbound it here to Ramazani. Ramazani drives past Stickney. Screen by Fitzgerald. Finds Fitzgerald on the little give and go as he'll knock down the mid-range. A little give and go from Ramazani to Fitzgerald as he's able to expand the Cougar lead back to 11. As a good defense here from the Cougars, high up on Stickney. Fitzgerald on Stickney, double team, now Ramazani. As Stickney is double teamed right on him, as Stickney though is able to put the shot down on the open layup, able to find a little bit of contact too underneath. So we'll go to the break here on the Averett Sports Network, as there will be a timeout called here on the floor. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network in just a moment. And welcome back to the Averett Sports Network here on After the Timeout, as it'll be Cougar possession here on the floor. So a basket ends up not being so there will not end up being a foul underneath. So the Cougars will take over here after the shot goes down, as Sellers will drive past Lynch, trying to find Mitchell. Tipped out by Lynch. Here come the Tigers. Stickney will be screened by Lynch. Lynch will give and go. Backhand, no good. Off the rim is the layup. Sellers will run the floor. Kicks over to Mitchell. Finds Ramazani as Ramazani will slow up the offense. As Sellers with Stickney right on him. Cannon right there on Sellers. Sellers will drive in. Back to Sellers. Back out as he's fouled by Cannon. As they'll stay on the floor here as the Cougars will retain possession. As Cannon will check out here for Ferdinand. It'll be Mason Mitchell here to inbound it on the near side. As he'll find Scogan. Trying to hand it off to Ramazani. Not able to as he's well defended. Fitzgerald being pushed out high as he'll find Mitchell. Mitchell defended by Ferdinand. Able to find Scogan as it's tipped around as the Tigers take over. Fast break opportunity. Here comes Lynch as it's knocked out from behind by Sellers as the Tigers will retain possession here on the left side. Stickney will get it into Ferdinand. Finds Radcliffe. Finds Stickney. Kicks it back over to Radcliffe, who little underhand toss with Ramazani right on him. Kicks it back out to Radcliffe in the corner as he'll knock down the three. Good Tiger offense brings Radcliffe the open three from the far side corner. As it'll now only be a 6-point Averett lead. As Ramazani will find Fitzgerald. Hands it off to Ramazani. Ramazani tried to drive in on Stickney, but was stopped. Fitzgerald spins on Ferdinand, is able to knock it down. So 50 to 42 with Averett expanding their lead to 8 on the layup put in by Fitzgerald with another timeout being called. We'll take it with them here on the Averett Sports Network. As the buzzer sounds and will come out of the timeout here on the Averett Sports Network. As it'll be Tiger possession here to start out the last 11 minutes of this one. Stickney will bring it up here with Jalen Chambers right on him. As he'll find Radcliffe. Radcliffe with a little fake underneath. Gets it over to Ferdinand underneath. Backs down Stevens. As Stevens is right there. Along with Chambers. They will block from behind. Good defense from the Cougars. As though he's fouled underneath. Let's see who the foul is called on. As the foul will be called here on Chambers, his first. So it will find Stickney. As Moya will check in here for the Tigers. Number 23, Stickney finds Ferdinand. It's going back the other way. There will be a foul called on Ferdinand as the call will be a charge. Ferdinand can't believe it. He's questioning the whole thing as he didn't see anything. He didn't think that anything was there. So the Cougars, with a great stop here, will take over on offense. Chambers, the one to control it here on Stickney. As the ball goes off his foot, not able to control it. As he loses his handle on the basketball. As it'll be a turnover here on the Cougars. So the Tigers will get a chance to come back with last 10.5 minutes left to go. As play is paused here, as it looks like there was a change of clock that needed to be made. As we'll redo the possession here. As Stickney will bring it up here, will find Bazell. Kicks it into Stickney with Chambers right on him. Stickney will back down Chambers. Turns around, takes the mid-range shot off the backboard. Too strong, will find his own rebound. With the Tigers getting a fresh 20. With the second chance opportunity, will find Stickney, finds Ferdinand with Seiler right on Stickney. Stickney stops with the underneath, as there will be a foul called underneath by Ferdinand. An offensive foul, as that'll be his second. As the Cougars get a turnover here off of Hampden-Sydney. So they'll take back over here. So neither team able to find any points on either possession. With a fresh possession here coming up here for the Cougars. With the last 9.5 minutes left to go. Chambers with Stickney right on him, who finds Stevens right out at about half court. Finds Mitchell out with Moya right on him. Seiler finds Stevens. Stevens takes the three from the top of the key. Oh, it just rattles out. So with Lynch coming down with the rebound. Lynch hands it off to Bazell. Finds Stickney. Screen by Britt, who finds Bazell right out on top of the key. As a hand gets in there. Seiler thought that was a clean steal, though. It'll be called a reach-in foul by the referee. As Ramazani will check in here for Chambers. Bazell will find Britt right on half court. Finds Stickney right on the wing, defended by Seiler. Lynch defended by Sellers, as Lynch will drive in. Takes the shot from the mid-range, no good, off the back of the rim and off a little bit of backboard too. Rebounded by Ramazani. Ramazani drives in on Lynch. As he'll spin, find the open man with Mitchell in the corner. As Mitchell knocks down another three. As he expands the Cougar lead, 53-42, with 8.5 minutes left to go. As the Cougars try a little bit of full court press defense. As Hampden-Sydney will let up. Bazell with Ramazani right on him. Sellers tells him to come off. As Britt will find the shot, as it'll go down for the N1. So Britt will go to the line here for his first free throws of the day to try to make it a 3-point play. Foul was called on number 4. That's Mason Mitchell. as that'll make it 17 fouls total for Averett. As Radcliffe will check out here for Hampden-Sydney. Britt's first shot is good, so it'll go down. As it'll be an 8-point game now here for Averett. As Seiler will hand it back off to Ramazani. Ramazani drives in. Trying to find someone on the inside. Gets over to Sellers, who finds Seiler. Seiler gets it back over to Sellers. Sellers with a layup, and it's good! And one, so he'll go to the line for one more. As he was fouled underneath while hitting the layup. As there'll be 14 fouls on Hampden-Sydney, as the Cougars will go up, back up by 10. As it'll be 55-45 in favor of the Cougars. We'll go to the timeout here on the Averett Sports Network. We'll be right back in just a moment. Will come out of the timeout here with Jackson Sellers set to go to the line for one more shot, with a chance to make it a 3-point play after being fouled underneath on the shot.
At the line for one shot, number 3, Jackson Sellers.
As Hampden-Sydney will come out of their huddle. Free throw from Sellers. Here we go. Is good. Oh, no good. As it spins out of the basket is Lynch. Lynch goes quickly up the floor, right past Stevens and Mitchell, as he no good on the layup. As he's not able to put up the shot. Will get the shot to go on the fast break, coast to coast possession. As the Cougars will take over here, as Ramazani will find Mitchell. Mitchell back to Ramazani. Ramazani drives in, kicks it out to Mitchell. Mitchell with another three-pointer. No good this time. Stevens with a good rebound underneath. Drives in on Stickney as he's able to put the shot back for the second chance opportunity in, as the Cougars now up by 12 over these Tigers. Seiler right on Bazell, who will find Stickney with about 7 minutes left to go. Stickney with Ramazani right on him. Drives, spins, puts up the shot off the glass. No good. Rebounded, tipped around. Brought down by Bazell. Back into Ferdinand. Finds the second shot as the ball spins out though, but he's fouled underneath. So Ferdinand will go to the line for 2 shots. First shot from Ferdinand is good, so he'll knock it down. As the lead will be trimmed here to 11. So right now looks like it'll be Lynch and Bazell to check out here for the Tigers, with Radcliffe and Moya coming in here for Hampden-Sydney. Second shot here from Ferdinand is no good, as he'll be rebounded by Mitchell. As Williams will come in here for Hampden-Sydney. As Ramazani finds Seiler. Seiler defended well by Ferdinand as Sellers take the three and knock it down. Sellers with an excellent shot from the far side, deep range. Expands the score here to 60 to 46 with 6 minutes left to go here in the second half. As Williams kicks it over Radcliffe, finds Ferdinand underneath on with Stevens right on him with a little fake as he'll get Stevens up in the air and the shot goes down. So Stevens will be the one to inbound it here to Mitchell. Mitchell with Moya right on him. Screen by Stevens, finds Seiler. Seiler drives in, stops, fakes, can't find anyone, able to find Sellers. Sellers takes another three, no good this time, rebounded by Ferdinand. Ferdinand will drive in, take it himself, as the Cougars are called for the blocking foul. Down underneath is Seiler. The foul will be called on Seiler. Ferdinand will go to the chance to knock in one more. Zach Scogan and Tamias Bracey will check out here for the Cougars. Seiler and Ramazani will get a break. Ferdinand at the line for one more with a chance to cut it down to single digits. Ferdinand's shot is up and good. So now the lead is cut down to single digits as Ferdinand will check back out here for Cannon. With full court press defense here from Hampden-Sydney. Stevens thought about the home run pass, but decided on better as he'll get over to Mitchell, who will find Sellers. As the Cougars, they were able to break the full court press as they'll set up their offense. Sellers will find Bracey. Bracey kicks it back over to Sellers. Sellers thought about the three, kicks it over Bracey. Bracey's the one to take the three as he'll knock down the three. Excellent shot, little give and go here from Sellers to Bracey. Bracey able to find some space to be able to expand the Cougar lead here with just under 5 minutes left to go. Stickney to take over here for the Tigers as he'll find Moya as he's fouled by Stevens. Stevens can't believe it. As that foul was questioned by Stevens. As Moya will go to the line here for two shots. First shot from Moya is good. That trims the lead to 11. Moya's second shot is up and good, so he knocks down both shots on the trip. With full court press defense here coming from Hampden-Sydney. Sellers will find Scogan with Williams right on, double teamed by Radcliffe as Sellers is able to break the fast break. Goes up, Mitchell goes up and knocks down the layup with a double team right on him as he lays the ball up while going up tough. Stickney right with Bracey on him. kicks the ball in to Cannon as he'll throw up the layup, and it'll be good. As it cuts the lead now back down to 10. As Mitchell finds Stevens back to Mitchell, as Mitchell will be the one to bring it up here for the Cougars. Mitchell drives in, finds some space, as he'll be fouled by Williams. As he'll be pushed down here, as it looks like there will be a timeout call here on the floor. Yes, there will be a timeout here called on the floor, as we'll go to the break here on the Averett Sports Network, and we'll be right back in just a moment. And we'll come out of the timeout here on the Averett Sports Network with the Cougars retaining possession here underneath the basket with 22 seconds left on the shot clock. Bracey will be the one to inbound it. Kicks it over to Sellers, says Sellers. Averett ball, says referee, as it looks like it was knocked out there by Hampden-Sydney. As Bracey will lob it over to Sellers. Sellers drives in on Moya. Kicks it back out to Stevens. Stevens drives in, takes the mid-range shot. No good off the far side of the rim. As Scogan with a great rebound finds Sellers. Goes up for the tough shot, and he's fouled as he goes up. I believe that was Cannon. As Sellers will go to the line here with her 2 free throws, as I believe this will be the first free throws of the game for the Cougars tonight. Sellers' first free throw goes down, so it'll be 11 points now here as the lead goes up for the Cougars. Second shot here from Sellers is good as he puts it down. So 12 points now is the Averett Cougar lead, as the Cougars will try a little bit of a full court press. Stickney is able to beat it. He'll give it to Moya. A little back handoff. Finds Moya. Moya goes up with a layup as it's good, so he'll bring the Cougar lead back down to 10. As Bracey will slow it up here for the Cougars, as he's double teamed, finds Mitchell. Mitchell finds Scogan, back to Mitchell, as he's trying to find Jackson Sellers inside. Sellers will back down Moya, put up the shot, little space, good from Sellers. Sellers able to find a little bit of a space for a step back jumper, as he'll expand the lead now here to 12 for the Cougars, as the Cougars get the ball back on a little miscommunication here on the loose ball from the Tigers. So good defense here from the Cougars, though, gives the Tigers back the ball, as Bracey was trying to find Mitchell out on the out on the near post. As Hampden-Sydney will take over here with just about 2.5 minutes left to go. As Lynch will find Radcliffe. Lynch will bring it up with Stevens right on him. Radcliffe, Mitchell, well defending Radcliffe as Mitchell will take it over. As Radcliffe is called for the travel violation. As Mitchell with great defense causes that travel. So as the Cougars will take over here with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left to go. With the Cougars up by a total of 12 points, 69-57. As Bracey finds the ball right on the line. As Bracey kicks over to Stevens. Stevens finds Mitchell. Back over to Bracey. Bracey will back out here and be well defended by Lynch. Lynch is screened by Stevens. Bracey kicks it over to Scogan. Scogan with the three. No good off the front of the rim as it's rebounded by Stickney. As a home run pass finds Ferdinand, he'll lay it in, and we'll go to the timeout here on the Averett Sports Network with 1:55 left to go and a 10-point lead here in the Grant Center for the Cougars. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network in just a moment. .155 left to go here in the Grant Center. As the Cougars still up by 10 over these Tigers of Hampden-Sydney College. Coming in here for a visit is Ramazani will find Mitchell, will find Sellers to beat the full court press. As Lynch and Moya try to double team him, and though as he finds Ramazani to kick it out of the double team, as Ramazani will be fouled by Cannon. With a minute and a half left to go here, Ramazani will go to the line here for 2 shots.
Number 14, Isaiah Ramazani in the line for the win one.
It looks like Moya cut his knee on a play or something, as he's looked at by the athletic trainer for Hampden-Sydney. So he'll be good. He'll come back in here for the Tigers. Ramazani's free throw is no good, and rebounded by Lynch. Lynch gets it over to Moya. Moya's shot is good with a lucky roll coming down in the basket. As it's inbounded by Stevens. As there's a little bit of a conversation here. As apparently a timeout was called by Averett, as they were just inbounding the ball on the far side. So we'll go to the timeout here on the Averett Sports Network with the Cougars only up by 8 with 1:24 left to go. As you know what, we'll stay here while the timeout is going, as there was a little bit of confusion. So it will be Cougar ball here to start the possession here, as the Tigers will try to full court press Averett here. As there will be a reach and foul called on Bizel. As looks like Jackson Sellers will go to the line here for 2 shots. Sorry, it looks like it'll be Tyler Stevens that was the one that was fouled. So he'll go to the line here for 2 shots with 1:17 left to go here in the game in the Grant Center. First game of the day here for the doubleheader, with the women's game up next against Hollins University, as Stevens will knock down his first shot as he'll expand the lead to 9. Stevens' second shot is good, so he'll go 2 for 2 and expand the lead here for the Cougars to 10 points. As the Tigers will inbound it here, as it'll be Stickney. Finds Moya. Moya finds Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe with the 3. No good off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Scogan, as he's fouled though by Moya. So he'll go to the line for 2 shots. First shots of the day here at the line for Tyler Scogan. Sorry, not Tyler, sorry, Zach Scogan. Scogan's shot at the line is no good off the front of the rim. Oh, it's tipped in, rebounded by Sellers. Though he's called for the foul. Sellers wanted it to be replayed. So Lynch will be the one to take the shot at the free throw line for the Tigers. So there will be 2 shots here for Lynch. Lynch's first shot is good. So it'll be Ferdinand and Radcliffe to check out here for the for Hampden-Sydney. Looks like it'll be Bizel, Williams, and Moya to check in here for the Tigers. As it looks like it'll be Zach Scogan to check out here, with Ramazani coming back in here for the Cougars. As the second shot goes down from Lynch, so he's perfect from the line on the trip. As Stevens finds Ramazani, as someone is fouled underneath. Looks like someone for the Cougars will be going to the line. As a foul will be called on Moya, as Ramazani will be the one to go to the line. Ramazani's first shot is good. Nothing but net, as he'll bring the lead back up to 9. With just over a minute left to go. Reminder, fans, stick around here on the Averett Sports Network. Here in just a little bit after the conclusion of this game is the start of the women's game here for Averett against the visiting Highlands University. As one remaining here in the Grand Center is Moya with a three as the lucky bounce as the ball goes down with 52.8 seconds left to go here in the Grand Center. As Stickney fouls Bracey. As Bracey will go to the line. Looks like Williams and Bazell will check in here for the Tigers. Though as a timeout will be called here on the floor with 50.8 seconds left to go here in this one between the Tigers and the Cougars. We'll go to the break here on the Averett Sports Network, and we'll be right back in just a second. With the lead here in the Grand Center for the Cougars, only up by 6 with less than a minute remaining. As it looks like it'll be Tamias Bracey to be the one to inbound the ball. As Hampden-Sydney comes out of their timeout. As it'll be Stickney, Moya, Lynch, Bazell, and Williams. Sorry, it'll be Scogan the one to inbound it here underneath the basket. Scogan finds Stevens out on the near side. Finds Bracey, saves it as it'll find the hands of Williams. Over to Bazell, defended by Stevens as though Stevens is down and called for the foul. Stevens is called for the blocking foul as he was right there. As Bazell will go to the line here after the full court heave. Tried to find Bracey. Bracey tried to save it, but found the hands of Williams, who kicked it over to Bazell. So Bazell will be at the line here for 2 shots. Bazell's first shot is no good. So he'll go one. He's now 0 for 1 on the trip. As Bazell's second shot, no good. As he's fouled as someone is fouled, and it looks like it'll be Williams that's fouled right underneath and knocked down to the floor. As Hampden-Sydney hustled to the ball, got on the floor as Williams now will go to the line here for 2 shots. .6 seconds left to go as the first shot here comes from Williams. No good on the first shot. Coach Duino is fired up on the sideline. Second shot here from Williams is no good. Rebounded by Lynch. Defended by Scogan. Tipped in and good. As it's now only a 4-point game here in the Grant Center. As Hampden-Sydney has cut this lead down, as it was once 10 points, now is only 4. With the Cougars looking to secure the win here on this Friday night. Scogan will inbound it again with 32.5 seconds left to go, as he'll find Bracey. Bracey double teamed, picked off by Lynch. Lynch with the layup, as the lead is now only cut down to 2. As Mitchell will be the one to catch the pass, as he falls on the floor, picked off by Lynch. Lynch ties this game, as this game is all tied up here in the Grant Center. Hampden-Sydney comes back from a 10-point deficit to tie it up here in the Grant Center. As Scogan will throw it away, they'll get the ball back with 24.2 seconds left to go. Turnovers prove costly for Averett, as the Tigers are fired up here on the sideline. We're going to go to a timeout here on the Averett Sports Network, and we'll be right back in just a moment. Possession arrow in favor of, it looks like, Hampden-Sydney. With 24.2 seconds, as we're all tied here in the Grant Center, tied at 72, 10 fouls apiece. As Ferdinand will be the one to bring it out here for Stickney. Stickney will be the one to control it here. Trying to cut the clock down. Last 13 seconds here to go. Ramazani right on Stickney. Stickney trying to put the shot up. Shot on Ramazani is no good. As time runs out, shot goes up, no good, and we're going to overtime here in the Grant Center. As Stickney was not able to find the shot, as it's no good, we're going to overtime here in the Grant Center on a Friday night. Wow, everyone, this game was all tied. This game had a 10-point lead by Averett here with a minute and a half left, and then Hampden-Sydney comes all the way back to tie it up, as we're going to overtime here with 5 minutes put on the clock. Wow, what a game it's been. Cougar fans, stick around. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network for the start of overtime in just a moment. We have overtime here in the Grant Center in Danville on the campus again of beautiful Averett University here in Danville. And it'll be Mitchell, Sellers, Scogan, Ramazani, and Bracey here for the Cougars to start overtime. It'll be Ferdinand, Stickney, Bizzell, Moya, and Lynch to start overtime for Hampden-Sydney. With Scogan here to take the tip for the Cougars. 5 minutes on the clock. And we're about to get underway here with overtime. And we are underway as Ferdinand will control the tip here for the Cougars. Sorry, for the Tigers. As Stickney will be the one to control it. Mitchell right on Stickney. Stickney drives in with Mitchell right on him. Scogan trying to defend Ferdinand and does, but Stickney finds the rebound and back out to Moya. Moya finds the three and it's good. First lead of the day for Hampden-Sydney on the open three-point shot by Moya. So Bracey will try to find a way to tie this game up for the Cougars. As he'll find Scogan, finds Mitchell, finds the mid-range shot, no good off the back of the rim, tipped around, tipped back in by Ramazani, who cut the lead down to 1. As they'll get back on defense here, it's Stickney for the Tigers. Bizzell with Ramazani right on him. Bizzell trying to find some defense. Oh, he's picked out by Scogan. Scogan finds the interception, as they say in football. Scogan with an looked like he had an open three, but passes it up here for Bracey. Finds Sellers with Ferdinand right on him. Finds a little step back shot, no good. Too strong off the back of the rim as it's down to Stickney. 75-74 with Hampden-Sydney up by 1. Moya drives in on Ramazani, back to Bizzell. Bizzell passes up the 3. Over to Stickney, over to Ferdinand. Give a little give and go to Stickney. No good. Tipped around. Another rebound for the Tigers, as they'll get a fresh shot clock here and a new possession. Double team by Sellers and Scogan. As Scogan and Sellers double team Bizzell is, they'll come down with the rebound. Good stop by the Cougars. Ramazani will bring it back up here for the Cougars as he'll drive in on Stickney. Shot goes up. Layup is good. Cougars are up by 1 again. 2.5 minutes left to go here in overtime. Bizzell over to Moya. Finds Stickney, who finds Ferdinand with Scogan right on him. Kick it out to Moya. Moya with a 3. Moya knocks down yet another 3-point shot as he gives the Tigers a 2-point lead here again, 1-point lead here again in the Grant Center. Ramazani finds Sellers underneath. Sellers turns around off the backboard and it's good, and he'll go to the line for 1 as he was fouled by Stickney underneath. So he'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play as the Cougars take the lead again here by 1. Chance to make it 2. 1:50 left to go here in the Grant Center, here in overtime, as this has been a close game all during the second half. Sellers' free throw is good, so the Cougars will go up by 2. 79-77 after Hampden-Sydney came back and tied it up before the end of regulation. As Radcliffe will find Stickney. Stickney defended by Bracey. Back to Moya. Finds Ferdinand, who's defended by Scogan. Ferdinand puts up the shot, no good. It's being tipped around as a foul is called. As looks like Lynch will go to the line for Hampden-Sydney. Foul was called on Sellers, as that is his third personal. Lynch will go to the line for two. First shot from Lynch is no good off the front iron. So he's 0 for 1 so far on the trip to the free throw line. As the crowd, as you can hear, gets into it behind the Averett fans. As Sellers will be the one to inbound it, with the Cougars up by 1, 79-78. Let's see what happens here with the Cougars being able to inbound it here from Sellers. Finds Mitchell. Ramazani will bring it back down. He looks like he'll want to slow the clock a little bit. He'll at least, try to milk the clock a little bit here for the Cougars. He'll find Scogan. Scogan finds Bracey. Bracey picks up his handle. Bracey drives in. Layup off the glass is good. Tomias Bracey with a tough shot going up. Hits the bottom of the bucket as the Cougars now are up by 3. As Ramazani defends Stickney. Stickney over to Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe with a 3. No good. Out, in and out of the basket. Defended by Moya. Moya puts it back up off the glass, and the Tigers have now cut it back down to 1. 81-80. We'll go into a timeout here as Hampden-Sydney wants to talk it over. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network after a short 30-second timeout. What a game it's been here on the Averett Sports Network. It's 81-80 in favor of the Averett University Cougars. 42.7 seconds left to go here in overtime between the Cougars and the Tigers. And it looks like the Cougars will set up a football play, as it looks like 4 wide receivers are lined up here on the interesting play call here from Coach Duino. As Sellers will race up the line, as he's fouled though by Williams on the push, as he disagrees with the call. So the Cougars will go to the line here for 2 shots. Sellers will get a chance to bring this game to 3. First shot from Sellers is no good. So he still has a chance to bring the lead to 2. And force Hampden-Sydney to have to shoot a 3, have to either tie the game up with a 2 or better. Second shot here from Sellers is good, so he'll expand the lead to 2, 82-80. As the Tigers will get the ball in, 35 seconds left to go. as Lynch will bring it down here for the Tigers. Sellers closely on him as Lynch will drive in as it's big block here from Scogan, though, as the Tigers get the rebound and we're all tied up again here at 82. Another tie game here in the Grant Center as Bracey will find Ramazani. Scogan thought he had a block and a stop, but the Tigers were able to get the rebound and tie the game up. Ramazani with 10 seconds left to go. 6 seconds. Sellers goes up for the shot, and it's good with 0.7 seconds left to go. Jackson Sellers knocks down the game-winning shot with 0.7 seconds left to go. Home run pass here from the Tigers. Intercepted by Mitchell, and the Cougars take away the win here in overtime, 84-82. As they take away the win from Hampden-Sydney. Hampden-Sydney comes back to tie it up at 72. We went to overtime, and the Cougars come back here to win the game, 84-82, with a close win here for the Cougars as they expand their record here to 11-4. Stick around, fans. The next game we have up is the Averett University women's game here against Hollins, which will start up here in a little bit. Let's look at some final stats here. The Cougars ended this game going 50% from the field, 41, just below 42% from the three. They did not. They do not have a free throw percentage here on the stat line, with only 8 offensive rebounds, with Hampden-Sydney leading that category. As Hampden-Sydney led most of the categories except for the score. As this game goes all the way down to the end of overtime. What a great win here for the Cougars, as this game ends up being an overtime thriller. We're going to take a break here on the Averett Sports Network, and we'll be right back here in just a few minutes for the start of the Averett University women's game, as they welcome in Hollins after their warm-ups will get started here probably about 7:45. We'll be right back here in just a little bit. Here are the start of the final game of the night.